Hello there, thanks for joining me again. Scott Wessex Blades. Response to all your answers. Yeah, the question was, is there an item or a system that you've employed within your EDC or carry out or car care, whatever, that you've now got in place because you got caught out or you had a bad experience or what you had wasn't quite up to the job, and how you've changed it and integrated it into your system, just what those items were, and maybe an insight as to what happened that made you trip up or change your mind on some bit of kit. So looking through, we got E68 again, with an interesting piece of kit, which is these small water pump pliers, Nipex 6-inch, which are a very cool sort of urban piece of kit that's not going to look offensive like a hammer, if you understand. Yes, I can see them being very useful. The power you could get on a pair of water pump pliers, plus you can slide the jaws out and get hold of some really good things. So in terms of a prepping thing, opening barrel lids, loose taps, tightening things up again, picking things up that are hot or a bit dodgy, you don't know what to do with them, and you can just pick them up with pliers. Very handy. Mini ferro rod was mentioned, and he mentioned a grasshopper, which and a Phoenix EO5, which would bring me on to what has arisen within the items that give me an idea for a follow-up question. Man Cave QLD, I think that's Queensland. He's got a, I think this is a chap who's security, and he's got a layered system where he carries 2 torches for work, an ace beam in a pouch, and he carries a Claris clipped to the shoulder of the vest, and that allows him to be hands free. Very useful. I mean, I like being able to have on my belt pouch, just throwing light down means I can walk with a pool of light, and technically hands free. The other reason I like a belt pouch is if I'm carrying something, I can carry it and the weight is bared on my hip on the top of the actual pouch. That's another reason why I wear a belt pouch. I can carry things on it. So he's got a layered system of torches. Claris is quite a good one. Battery banks popped up a couple of times. Everybody's experience is different, so you can't have one carbon copy EDC. You use that as your base, and then you adapt it to how your outs and abouts and your trips in town just allow it to evolve. One thing I for future, I've got that one there. I need to locate my Maxpedition again and rob the pen off and put it in here. Yeah, torch again, handy. Battery charger and power bank came up quite a few times. I mean, it's all very well having an EDC, but if you've got a phone, you can get yourself out of trouble. In quite a few scenarios, a charged mobile phone or the ability to recharge it is definitely a good option. Just take the easy shape. Car's broke down. Sit tight and wait for the AA. A good heavy duty first aid kit. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in buying a really good first aid kit to begin with. You know, around about that big. You know, a decent one for a car, and then adapt it. Now I like using for cuts is those butterfly suture things, because they really close a wound up. I did one once. I tried being Rambo. The butterflies close it up a lot easier, and there's so much more longevity to them. They stay on for days, as long as you don't put them on when it's wet. So a good first aid kit that again you've adapted for your experience, or what you find that you can enhance it with. There's Tony, he got stuck in an elevator, which UK we call that a lift. Yeah, I want to be stuck inside a black lift. So again, a torch is very useful. And then and again, this is what's given me the idea for the next question. A chap here, Craig, and he mentioned he didn't have enough battery life to navigate a hillside once in October 30 years ago. Now of course 30 years ago torches were big D batteries, C batteries, AA, power sapping filament bulbs, glowworms effects, so torches didn't last and they didn't have much power. So they were rubbish. Now the worst performance are ridiculous, our torches now. So there's really not saying no excuse for not having, because your mobile phone's got a lot of battery life on them, and generally speaking you've got a torch app on it, so there's a chance of, if ever you were stuck out and you had to walk through the woods or down a country lane, there was nothing, a phone will get you out of Dodge. But what the point is here is he needed extra. He had a torch, but he wished he had extra batteries, and that's I'm guessing my what I've picked up on here is it's not just having one, it's having the ability to either double it up or having a spare thing, so like a spare power bank or a spare set of batteries for your torch. So my question for today is, thanks for everybody for giving your answers for yesterday's, was what area of your EDC or loadout have you got a layered system in? So I would have, for me, I have my Leatherman there, put in my car keys. I also have a Grasshopper and my West key. Okay, there's also bits of it, but in terms of utility and cutting, I've got a layered system. I've got a big torch, moderate sized torch, a lot of it's for reviews, but get out of Dodge. Okay, I think there was a film, I can't remember what it was called, where a guy was like a cave diver and his torch ran out, but he still had the little one. He was hanging off around his neck, a tiny little antler or something with a little LED, and that was enough to get him 10 minutes to get out of this cave. So it's like, that's my last ditch, but I've got a layering of flashlights without being too encumbered with it. Another one was, someone mentioned a handkerchief, so you could have a shema, but you could have an old one you've cut into quarters, and that's rolled up and into your pouch. So question of the day, this is great responses. I'm going to say I'm picking up on a thing. The last thing I want to do is be stuck in a lift or on a long walk and you ain't got your thing in, and you know, my system has that layer, that wall of defences, that, you know, it's not just one thing I've got in many areas, it's a layer. So that's a question for today, if anybody's interested in putting their input on the questions and giving your answers to it. It's what part of your system have you got layers to it, or you've got backup in it. So if you've got a torch, you've got spare batteries, or if you've got a phone, you've got a spare power bank. It's that sort of thing. What have you got another layer for? Thanks for joining me again. Scott Wessex, please.